Welcome to the Loveland Report and the LoanArranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, bringing you all of your real estate news, and Bruce Woodburn bringing you all of your mortgage news. Where are the rates at? What's going on in this red-hot market in Central Florida? How long will it continue? Is it starting to slow down with these higher interest rates? What's going on in the news? What can you trust? Most of what you see on TV, you can't trust. And where are we at in this buyer's-seller's market? And it's still a seller's market, Bruce. I get great numbers from the Board of Realtors.
It's still strong into a seller's market.
I just got fresh numbers. Inventory is actually up slightly, but still, it's actually, you know what's amazing? It's unbelievable, you would say. Inventory is literally exactly the same as it was a year ago, with about a 2 to 3 week supply.
But, you know, all the news we're hearing on the national news is that real estate is it's plummeting like crazy right now.
Yeah, well, that's usually they see like a 1% drop in sales, the amount of sales. And one thing about that, that's why you always got to determine, am I listening to Florida news? Am I listening to Orlando news? Am I listening to national news? So, and then does that guy talking even own a house?
I don't believe that any of that news, I swear to God, I read it. And then I read an article this morning that came to me through list reports, and it said that President Biden is working on a plan to fix the housing crisis so that we have ample supply in 5 years. I'm like, how the heck does he expect to do that when he's got inflation through the roof right now?
We need to ask the teleprompter. But some other numbers I want to
That's a
mention
good idea.
Here. Yeah. The other numbers I want to mention here is the number of new listings. Like every month in Central Florida, there's about 4,000 new listings. And we're having about 3,500 to 4,200 contracts every month. So we're chewing up that new inventory.
Yes.
And right now, I think some of the roadblocks, one of the big roadblocks I'm helping a lot of people with, they're confused. How do we sell our house and buy another one? Because nobody will take my contract contingent on my home closing.
There's no contingency contracts right now.
And so you've got to either move twice, or you can approve them to buy the other home.
Yes. Or
I'm getting a lease back easily. As long as I put a listing up front, I'm easily getting that. With multiple offers, I can just say, hey, we need 2 to 4 weeks in the home, 2 to 6 weeks. And it's not a problem. That effectively gives you almost 2 months to shop and find your home, or live with the in-laws.
Or move into your car.
No, well, if it's a Prevo or something, like a motorhome or something maybe. But it's the inventory, like the market is about the same. We just need more supply.
We need more supply. But you know what? They say that it's going to take builders 10 years just to catch up on the supply.
Yeah. And the builders right now, I'm seeing the builders release things. And like what they're telling us now is like when they get a house to frame or concrete walls are up, then they list them. Because they know then they're going to get them completed within the next 3 to 4 months. Because they're trying to project their money, their revenue.
Well, we don't order an appraisal on new construction until the cabinets are in, and then we can anticipate about 45 to 50 days.
Yeah, and then what, I've heard some things about interest rates. Are we in the sixes?
Well, we are in the sixes for some folks, depending on your credit score and the type of loan you're getting. But, I mean, I locked in a few loans this week in the fours still. So they're still available for high credit score borrowers.
So right there, that's what's important about them calling you, and you're going to give out the number in a second, because you can look at their credit report and you can look at everything and say, this is what we need to fix.
Not everybody's created equal.
Yeah, I mean, I am sitting there, I am waiting, and I am fast-tracked waiting because I see deals come up that I get to before the public and before I put them in MLS. And sometimes I'm looking for another one right now, another home for myself and another home for a rental portfolio. And I want to be ready to go. So it's
interesting you say that, because I'm assuming that our listeners out there, by the way, before we get too far on this, give us your number, please.
Loveland Properties, 407-352-8118.
Yes, and for the LoanArranger, CrossCountry Mortgage, Bruce Woodburn, 33 years in the business. You can reach me directly on my cell phone number at 407-250-9144. So we're talking about you looking at property. So as fate would have it, I have bought 2 properties in the last 2 weeks. Just bought 2 properties. Bought them over in Daytona.
And let me guess, you bought them in that sweet spot, under $300,000.
Under $300,000.
That's the fastest. That's the most appreciation. That's the most demand.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna be able to rent those. I might even be able to do an Airbnb, or I'm considering doing traveling nurses, so I can have a little bit longer term but more positive rent cash flow.
Yep.
But here's the thing, you guys. Look, rents went up 20% last year. They're predicted to go up 20% this year, but they're not seeing 20%. They're seeing 30, 40, 50% increase in rents.
Median price a year ago, $295,000 in Central Florida.
Yep.
$370.
Yes.
So that's 25% appreciation.
That's as of what, April?
That was April of 21 to April of 22. And that's the hard part about this demand.
That's a Central Florida market. Is that what it is?
This is all Central Florida.
So it's ironic because I was looking at Seminole County. Seminole County must have just had a surge because I looked at just March of this year and April of this year. So March, it was at $360,990.
Yep.
April, it was at $390. That was a $24,000 increase in 1 month in Seminole County. I had to look at the numbers twice. I'm like, could this possibly be real?
Well, and
in a median price?
This is, and I think what's happening, Bruce, is what's called a placeholder house. And this is the buyer that's frustrated let's say they're looking from $450 to $550, and they're like, well, dang it, let's just go buy that one for $375 and pay $410 on it.
Right.
And they're smoking the first time buyer. They're just blowing their offer out of the water. And there's some of that happening. Now you still got to be priced reasonably. I got about 5 phone calls last week from people saying we haven't sold. And I'm like, let me come look at it. Let the doctor see it and let's diagnose the problem. And
for sure.
I fixed the problems on 3 of them. We're going to get them on the market. And it's just simple fixes, and it wasn't price on a couple of them. So and then I've got some other homes, I had one at $850 that I advertised on the last show. I had 10 offers on it. And believe it or not, bless their little heart real estate, I call it, there's people that sent me offers for $800 and had escalation clauses to $830. And I'm like, you need to go find another job, or you need to go sit with your broker and do more training, if you even know who your broker is. So the public knows what things are going for. They know about what it costs to fix up a home, and they've got so much information in their phone. They will give you a good offer. You're going to hit a home run if you get it priced right and marketed right.
No question.
And you'll get a good buy. The next part, the next problem, call me. We'll arrange for your next home.
So here's what we're hearing on the news. The news is all to scare you that things are going to pull back. The world's going to catch on fire. We're going to have listen, we're into some tougher times. There's no question that inflation is going to create a lot tougher times for the middle class America. There's no question about it. I didn't vote for the idiot, but that will be a problem. However, my biggest competitor in this industry, and people ask me, Bruce, who's your biggest competitor? You know who my biggest competitor is, Cleve? Cash.
Yeah,
There's still a lot of cash being infused in the market. That's my biggest competitor. I don't compete with other mortgage companies. Very rarely will I compete with another mortgage company. I'm telling you, right now is an opportune time. I'm looking at Daytona. I'm looking at Ocala. I'm looking at investments. And people can work remotely. So you could work in Orlando and do your job from Ocala. You can still buy properties under $300,000 in Ocala that are nice. They're nice homes.
I just we sold 10 acres in Pearson,
right,
North Volusia,
yes,
or the edge of Volusia, 10 acres for $275,000. Beat up house. The house needs to be just knocked down or rebuilt. But just the land, 10 acres for $275,000. That's just there's none of that
incredible.
Left. I almost laugh when people call me, and I know you've got your construction perm products, but they that's finding a lot in a nice neighborhood in the metro area in Orlando. You can do that, but you're going to pay $350 to $600 to knock down an older home and rebuild your mansion. So
now, and listen, speaking of building wealth in real estate, you and I are looking at doing another class on June 1st, but yes, I'm tired of doing the Zoom thing. I got to tell you, I just don't feel the energy in the room when we're doing Zoom.
Yeah, staring at the screen, yeah.
So I want to do an in-person event, and I'm trying to get the people at Ale House in Winter Park at Lee Road in 1792 to answer the phone, because they're not answering the phone. And I want to book a little room over there so we can buy people appetizers and maybe they could have a drink. So we are going to teach a class called How to Win in Real Estate in 2022, because the game has changed, right? I mean, you have to have a little different strategy.
So there's some basic things that are that will always be true. But yes, what's going on in this market, you've got to know how to get into it, get your foot in the door, and then we'll show you how to build wealth. So
listen, I want you to mark your calendar, and I want you to text me if you're interested in this class. I don't have it confirmed yet for the location, but I'm considering Ale House in Winter Park on
doing it somewhere.
June the 1st. We're going to do it somewhere. June the 1st. and it'll be about 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. I'm going to say 6 p.m. so we can get out of there at a reasonable time. But we're going to cover all the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the strategies that I'm using and Cleve is using today to purchase investment properties in this market. Now, it's okay if you're a first-time home buyer. You're welcome to come in. You're going to learn a lot, and I'm going to show you how you can amass massive wealth in real estate. Matter of fact, I'd like to get you in if you know anybody that's in their 20s that wants to buy or has already got their first home and ready for their second home. Get them into this class. But you must text me. Don't email me on this because I haven't got the venue settled out. Text me at 407-250-9144 and just put home buying event, and I will respond to you and keep you in the loop as to whether Ale House will pick up the phone and let me utilize one of their rooms. Now, here's what we're doing. I'm not charging $1,500 to get into this event. Okay.
We're not going to have a monthly coaching fee.
It's not a monthly coaching fee. I'm not selling any CDs
like the hotel
or
seminar?
tapes. Yeah. Okay. But here's what it is. I've got to take care of the venue, and I want to have a little bit of food and drinks for people when they come in. So it's $25 per person, $30 per couple. So you get your second person in for $5. It's a no-brainer. Just come and join me. We're going to learn a lot, and I guarantee you will walk out of that room going, this is what we have to do. If I can't convince you, and Cleve can't convince you through our actions, like we didn't do this back in 1974, and we teach these classes now.
I drove by my first house, Bruce. I sold a listing right down the street. I cried. I think I sold it for 70 or 75. It's worth $330 now.
Well, Michelle and I made some mistakes too. We sold a bunch of property.
We'll help you not make those mistakes. We'll show you how to build a good basis to your wealth, to your portfolio.
Right. So listen, Cleve and I are doing it. We're in the market right now. We know how to negotiate the deals. We know the areas that we're buying in, and we will help you to be able to get your foot in the door and start amassing some wealth. It's going to be made in real estate. I'm going to tell you that our median price will be in the mid-sixes by 2026. So that's just around the corner. You're going to wink an eye and go, oh my God, I cannot find a house for under $600,000. That will be the news that you get in 2026. I can tell you that. It will happen. So text me again at 407-250-9144. If you'd like to go ahead and get the application started so that you're prepared and you're ready to go to buy a house or get pre-approved, go to my website at webringyouhome.com. webringyouhome.com. I've got every loan program that anyone could possibly think of.
Yep.
What can you think of that I don't have?
I don't know it. You amaze me with some of the stuff you come up with, and
I've got two loans I don't do. I don't do lot loans, and I don't do commercial loans.
Yeah, I mean, but some of your VA construction perms, build a house
crazy
construction perm, your FHA construction perm, your jumbos
rehab,
your jumbos with 3% down and no PMI.
Down jumbos with no PMI.
No PMI. I mean, that's just nuts.
My fast track program. So listen, Cleve and I see you guys struggling out there every day because you're making offers on houses and getting beat out. I have a system that will increase the chances on you getting that offer by up to 70%, but you got to follow some basic strategies, and Cleve and I can help you with that. Call Cleve at 407-352-8118 or call the Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn, at 407-250-9144. We got about 1 minute.
When I was talking about numbers, Bruce, I'm looking at this chart here. It's kind of funny. Inventory 2 years ago, this was the beginning of COVID.
Right.
In April of 20, the lockdowns, I think, were happening. We had 8,000 homes for sale. Then it's dropped. Every month since then, inventory has gone down, down, down. As interest rates went way down, supply went down, demand goes up. And what's funny here, Bruce, I think we're reaching the top of the market where the market will stabilize and hold still. We're not going to plummet and crash like 2008, 9, and 10. But there's hardly any defaults out there. No defaults unless somebody dies, you said. But like inventory drops.
Well, who would default when you've made so much money in equity?
Exactly.
You would have to literally have died or lost your job, and you just can't find another job.
Yeah, or lost your mind.
Yeah.
So it's just, and if you know somebody, I just had somebody call me and I helped a lady out. She was lost as far as she thought she didn't know what she would do. She was going to lose her home. She didn't know when I did the numbers for her. Nobody had told her. She had $100,000 in equity. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Yep. One more time, your number.
407-352-8118 for Loveland Properties or lovelandreport.com.
Yep. And for the Loan Arranger, 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Stay tuned. tuned. We'll be back in 5 minutes with some more juicy news on the real estate market.
And we are back on the Loveland Report, bringing you all of your real estate news. I am Cleve Loveland, alongside the LoanArranger, doing this show every weekend, as I've been doing for, Bruce, over 25 years.
The longest running real estate show in the entire
history of the
planet.
universe. Yep. So, and I got a couple listings. I've got one in Anthem Park in St. Cloud, Kissimmee area. And this is a beautiful gated neighborhood. This house is enormous. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. $580,000 for this one, 4,000 square feet. So
Big house.
Brand new construction at 580 around there is 3,100 square feet.
Where is Anthem Park?
Anthem Park's right on the outside edge of Kissimmee, in St. Cloud. It's the western side of St. Cloud. All the new growth is out on the eastern side, so you got a little bit better location than those. This is a gated neighborhood, beautiful property, and I've got a commercial property on US 1 in Cocoa for $270,000, 2 acres, and then it's going to be 1.5 acres, and then I'm getting 2 acres in Montverde with a manufactured home on it, 2.1 acres. The manufactured home is about 1,500 square feet, fresh paint, fresh flooring, new kitchen, and that's going to be about $250,000.
For how many acres?
For 2 acres.
That's not bad.
So build your dream home on it. The manufactured home's in great condition. But that's a house.
And I've got manufactured home loans. We can help you with that.
Yeah, no, and this is not like an older one that was missing the tags and the plates and all that.
It's going to be able to meet hurricane standards.
Yes, all that.
Engineering standards.
Yep. So all those things. If you need something, and this is what, Bruce, the biggest thing, Bruce, that breaks my heart when I see these offers that come across my desk, I get anywhere from 5 to 20 offers on a house, and the ones I get that are just written poorly, and I just think that buyer's either stubborn or not being educated correctly, or the agent doesn't know what they're doing. And I just really want to help those buyers. So if you're having trouble finding the home of your dreams, call me. We'll get you set up. We'll explain to you how this market works, what's going on, how to write a good offer, get fast track, make sure your offer goes to the top of the pile. Stop wasting your time. Get the house of your dreams. Get back to work before the prices go up more and the interest rates go up more.
Absolutely. And listen, if you're interested in learning all the strategies that Cleve and I have put together and sharing the mistakes, the failures, and the successes that we've had, then just give us a call. We're also going to be doing a class. We're hoping to do it on June the 1st. So if you'd like to join a class in person, just text me at 407-250-9144 or apply online at webringyouhome.com. We want to be able to help people understand that there's money to be made in real estate. Look back. Let's just look back in time for just a minute. We got another minute or so on in this segment.
Yep.
So let's look back in time and go back to the crazy market in 2004, 5, and 6, okay? And in 2007, the mortgage crashed, okay? Because all the bad mortgages out there, people getting no income, no asset loans, 100% financing, the loans were defaulting, and that crashed the industry, right? But think about this. Everybody was scared to buy in 2010, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Would that have been the best time ever to buy?
Oh, yeah.
It would have been the best. Yeah. I wish I would.
You'd quadruple your money.
Oh, at least quadruple your money. So, listen, don't be afraid of the times. That's why wealthy people came in and bought those homes for cash in 2010, turned around, and they sold them 10 years later.
We just got all these things going for Florida. I mean, we're one of the best states in the nation. Tax-wise, weather-wise, all those things. COVID amplified that and showed everybody, hey, this is what can happen. You don't have to be, have a 10% state sales tax and people telling you got to have an electric lawnmower.
Yep.
They're going to fine you if you have a gas lawnmower, all those crazy things. You're not going to have earthquakes or wildfires.
No, we might have a hurricane or two.
Yeah, but don't say that. I think the season starts soon. But we are a great state. Other people are moving to Central Florida from other parts of Florida, Bruce. We're one of the most expensive or least expensive parts of Florida, too.
Absolutely.
In a big city. So give us a call, 407-352-8118.
Yep. If you have questions for the LoanArranger or you'd like some help with the mortgage, I would be honored to help you. You can reach me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the LoanArranger radio show. Stay tuned.
And we are back on the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, voice of real estate in Central Florida, alongside Bruce Woodburn and the Loan Arranger. The first mortgage he did, he was carving it out in stone right next to Moses. And we are giving you everything that's going on in the market right now. And Bruce, I want to talk to you about what people need to do to buy right now and the programs you've got that helps out our Central Floridians. And our you've got all kinds of extra programs for different locations.
We can start with the young buyers or the first-time home buyers, people that want to jump in the market right now. So if you're a veteran, we do VA loans. I specialize in VA loans. You don't have to go to USAA for a VA loan. They're an insurance company. I'm a mortgage company. All I do are mortgages. Been helping veterans for 33 years. I can help you with FHA, 3.5% down FHA loans, and I don't even have a credit score requirement. I mean, if anybody can get your loan done on FHA, it's going to be me. Then I've got USDA, which is 100% financing available through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and they're no money down, great rates. You got to have pretty darn good credit, and you can't own any other properties. It's got to be a first-time home buyer, but it's a great program for no money down. Then I've got conventional loans for only 3% down.
Yeah.
And I've got special 3% down programs for people that may fall into an income bracket or into a geographical location that they desire to buy. But here's another thing. You and I also are very passionate about helping people in the market that may be one of our heroes, okay? Like our school teachers, our healthcare workers, our first responders, our police. So we have a special program. You know why Cleve and I came up with this program? Because the federal government and the state does not have any programs that they do that will accommodate the assistance of down payment or closing costs for those programs. None. They don't do it. So we came up with one where we will actually contribute to closing costs to defray costs for you. So if you fall into that category, if you're a teacher, first responder, healthcare worker, or law enforcement, you should give us a call because we have the programs to help you get in, and they will absolutely save you money. Just call Cleve.
407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com.
Yeah, or call the Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn. I've been doing the mortgages for 33 years. That's all I know how to do. I don't even know how to do much of anything else, but I know how to do mortgages very, very well. So call me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Or go directly to my website at webringyouhome.com. It's funny, Cleve, I get calls in and they'll email me, which I don't even give out on the air. They'll email me or text me and say, how do I get an application made? I'm like, it's webringyouhome.com. I want to make it as simple as possible for people. Now, some people, I got a text from a guy this morning. He goes, I'm very old school. I'm like, dude, I'm as old school as you can get. I mean, I was in a one-room schoolhouse with no floor on it, okay? So I'm old school. So you want old school? You want to come in and see me? Come in and see me. You want to do it by U.S. mail? It's a little slow, but we can do it. Okay, I'll do it anyway.
And it might not get here.
And it might not get here.
Well, Bruce, the one thing, when buyers are out there getting ready, and sellers too, you're going to buy another house. I mean, you got to have your down payment.
Right.
You need your closing costs in this market.
Yes.
This market's too aggressive. And
it's really hard to get seller-paid closing
costs.
And so,
get your down payment. Your closing costs are going to run 1 to 3%. We're helping if you're one of those first responders we talked about. And then you just got to have that. But let's say you're shopping up to $450.
Yes.
You need to find the house at $400 to $425.
Yes.
Because in this market, you might have to throw that offer at them at that price.
You might have to. And it depends on where. So I'll give you an example. So let me tell you, this might sound crazy. So I'm telling all my listeners out there that I'm buying property right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the market. If I'm in the market, you should be in the market.
Yep.
That's first.
I think unless you're 90, maybe.
Well, okay. Yeah, okay. That's right. Unless you're 90, maybe even 80. I don't know. So, but I got some 80 years old that got more energy than I do. So I'm not going to discount them out. You're probably listening to me right now. But listen, here's the thing. I bought 2 homes. I did not pay full price, and I got closing costs paid. How do you like that?
And that's the ones that's what's important about a good realtor. And because you can see, hey, it's been on the market for 90 days. We're not making
one
a
of
full
them's on the
price
market for 7 days. I got it. I negotiated it.
Well, let me guess.
What's that?
Fast tracked?
Well, I mean,
did you just go in cash?
You can imagine. No, I'm not paying cash. I'm
okay,
financing.
you're financing. Okay,
I'm financing, and I'm putting 25% down on each one because I can't go 5%. I will show you if you are younger. I'll show you how to do a better program than I can even get for myself.
Yeah.
But I can't do that at this stage because I've got a huge house. I'm not going to be able to convince an underwriter that I'm moving into a $255,000 house. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, but listen, the point is that I'm in the market and I'm still negotiating these deals. I can help you with that. So don't think it's out of the question. Now, is that across the board that sellers are accepting it? No, it's a per deal transaction, but we can help you with that. Just call me at 407-250-9144 or get into Cleve and I's class that we're going to do on June 1st. You need to text me at that number, 407-250-9144, June 1st at 6 p.m.
Talking about your great buys, I've got 2 listings in my pocket. We got some tenants we're trying to get out. I did not do the management, so we got some troublesome tenants, and I'm helping eliminate that problem. But
is Guido doing it for you?
No. That's a different office. These houses are below that point. They're below that 300,000 mark in great areas. New construction's down the street at 375 and up.
Right, and you're under 300.
And that's the price point that will go up. Everybody needs that starter home. The first-time buyers need it. Your mom and dad need it when they sell their big home, when the kids go away to college and they downsize. The investors want it because investors don't buy 5,000 square foot homes to rent out. Not many that I know of. But,
in Reunion, they do.
Yeah, they might. And in that market, then they could sit vacant for 14 months with lockdowns. So that's the risk you take on something like that. So I stick to, and our class is about bread and butter real estate. Long-term leases on those.
Absolutely.
And we do those. We do the numbers on that, and we predict how you can make money on that.
And listen, I don't have a problem if you want to do short-term rentals on it. If you want to get into short-term rental market and you want to experiment with that, do it. So I'm going to actually be doing something a little different in my Daytona properties because I want to accommodate the nurse shortage that we have.
Yeah.
So there's a big shortage of nurses. So traveling nurses are big right now. So I am going to be looking to rent to nurses that want to work in Halifax Hospital, which is 10 minutes down the street.
Yep.
But I could also rent to people short term that wanted to. I'm 10 minutes from the International Speedway.
Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes from the beach. I mean, I'm 10 minutes from anything you want in Daytona. It's incredible. So that's my market right now that I'm looking for investment properties. But I'm also seeking properties in Ocala. So Ocala is another gold mine, and it's gonna change. It's gonna change, and I'm gonna tell you any day now.
Well, Ocala is probably like Orlando was 20 years ago.
Well, it is, but now we got the equestrian center there. I can buy properties for under $300,000.
Yep.
I want to buy 2 or 3 properties up in Ocala, and I'm going to sit on those and rent them out to people that want to come in from across over the world. This is a world-renowned equestrian center, and you're going to get people coming in and they want a house and they want to go to the equestrian center every day.
Yep.
So if you're considering something like that, don't deal with these schleppy realtors. Call Cleve at 407-352-8118 and get your mortgage done so it's done right. Call me. I'm a direct lender. I'm in all 50 states. I've been doing it for 33 years. One of the top producers in the country. I don't have higher rates. I have great rates with amazing service. If you want great rates and amazing service, call me. If you want great rates and crappy service, call somebody else. I'm not the guy. You're going to get great service whether you want it or not.
That's right. If you need some real estate planning, this is what I talk to people about. Most people have a financial planner. If you don't, you should. Call me. I can make a recommendation. You have an estate attorney. You need a good realtor to help you plan out what are your real estate moves and what are they going to look like. Am I going to have rental properties? If you do, how are you going to manage them? What's the goal with those? Is it realistic? Is a property not in a great area? Let's not buy that one. You get better rent per square foot in this area. Your big home, the kids go away to college. Is it time to sell that, or should you rent that and buy another one? We had one owner last year doing our Leapfrog program, sold their big house, bought 3 smaller ones.
Right.
And they're renting those out now and raking in the money. So it's just, but having that plan, and I I want you to have 3/4 of your cash with your financial planner and your investments, and then real estate can be a separate thing. But we're not talking about emptying your savings to go all in on real estate, or, things like that. So call me at 407-352-8118. Bruce, how much time we got left in this segment?
We've got about 4.5 minutes. So we got a little bit of time. And so, and here's another thing. I want to talk to you about this too. So I had a class that I was a joint instructor on last week on how to buy real estate with crypto. So there are ways you can buy real estate with crypto, but it's a little bit trickier. So you want to have a lender and a title company and a real estate agent that know what they're doing when it comes to crypto. But I'm going to tell you something. Crypto is one of those things I really stayed away from it because I'll be honest with you, I just didn't understand it. I still don't completely understand it, but I can tell you this much, and this is a guarantee. It is not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. The laptop isn't going to go anywhere. It's here to stay. The smartphone is here to stay. Crypto is here to stay. So, but what you don't want to do is get caught up in some of these type of accounts that don't work well with being able to document your chain of transaction. So paper trailing is a number one thing when it comes to assets when getting a mortgage. And if you can't trail that properly with crypto, you're going to be in trouble. So if you have crypto or you want to use crypto or accept crypto as a seller, it can be done, but you need the right team to do it. You call me at 407-250-9144. All right. So, and I want to do some more classes. Matter of fact, I'm going to do I'm looking at doing a class on crypto for real estate agents in Daytona, and I'm looking at doing one in Tampa. I think that there's a need for that. I had an amazing response from this last group, and I'm super excited to move into the future and start dealing in cryptocurrency, now called crypto asset. So it's not really a currency. It is an asset, just like the money is in the bank. Now, we also, Cleve and I talk about how do you get your offer accepted? Okay, first of all, we want to eliminate all contingencies, right, Cleve? I mean,
yes.
As many contingencies, so we don't want a contingency for you to have to sell if at all possible. But so if you have to sell it, you can't not write it on the letter.
Yeah.
It's got to be on the letter of pre-approval that you're contingent. But I have ways that I can examine a client and remove a contingency, even though the contingency may truly exist, but we're only using it as a backup.
Are you still guaranteeing the offers as cash also?
Oh, absolutely. So I have a cash offer. So it's called Cash Plus. It's better than cash. I'll actually even close on the transaction even if you don't. But if you want to buy a home and you're getting outbid, I'll come in and back you up with cash. How about that? You want that program?
No,
how about a program?
That's a good one.
Here's another good one. How about an extended rate lock up to 1 year?
You just did that for me?
Right? How about a lock and shop? So you don't trust interest rates? You think they're going to go up? Smart. They're going to go up? Smart.
Yep.
I can lock and shop you. You get fast track approved. I can send you out and I'll guarantee you your rate for 90 days. How about that?
No, that's great.
That's amazing. So you don't have to sweat it out, because I'm going to tell you, here's the thing. You guys go through these ups and downs when you buy property. It's like, oh, get Bruce all the paperwork, a bit of a pain in the butt. Oh, we found the perfect house. We're all joyful. Everything's now you're up. Your attitude's up. Everything's enthusiasm's up. And then it's like, oh, now we got to lock it. Oh, rates are up. Oh, I can't believe how. Well, should I lock it today, Bruce, or should I wait? Well, you can wait, but it'll probably be higher tomorrow. Yeah. Like this week alone, we saw Monday and Tuesday, not too bad. Tuesday started off okay. It ended up in the dumper. Okay. Yeah. So we lost 63 basis points in 1 day. That's a 0.5 point increase in interest rate for you. So do you think they're going to come down? They're not going down. The Fed's now still pushing that they're going to raise interest rates again. They're putting a lot of pressure on it. The inflation's through the roof. It's going to be higher interest rates, guys. Just live with it. As long as you can get the appreciation in value, then you're going to make money in real estate. Cleve, what's that phone number?
All right, Loveland Properties. Check out those rooftops on your street. Chances are we've sold one of them. 407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com.
Yeah, and you can reach the Loan Arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Stay tuned. 5 more minutes. And
we are back on the final segment of the Loveland Report and the Loanarranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland alongside Bruce Woodburn, giving you all of your Central Florida and nationwide real estate and mortgage news. And we wanted to talk about, what were we talking about this segment?
Well, we were talking about crypto in the last segment, but I'm going to tell you, another thing we were talking about is why you and I are still in the market to buy property. Because we look at this opportunity and you have people say, well, I don't know if it's the right time because interest rates are up. So I did a quick analysis. I thought, what's the difference in your payment with a 1% increase in interest rate?
Oh, you asked, it's about $160,
$193 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about $193 on a $300,000 loan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's the difference if the house goes from $300 to $350? And the interest rate stayed the same. It wasn't the same.
$300?
$316. So,
wow.
But the thing is the interest rate's going up 1% and the house is going up $50,000.
Double whammy.
So you're getting hit with $510 a month for the same doggone house. Why would you do that when your rents are going up the same amount? So get into the market.
Well, I want to go and I want to go over some things people can do to make sure their offer gets accepted. You talked about getting your cash back up. Your Cash Plus program. When you make an offer, do a non-refundable deposit. Do a big deposit.
Do a large deposit.
Do a large deposit. You're buying for $500,000. You're putting down 5 or 10%. Put down most of it. Put down
if you're
30, 40
put down 20%, then put 20% in escrow.
And make part of it non-refundable. This is what I don't see anybody do. This is from other markets. I learned this from other realtors.
Sure.
And they're in busier, hotter markets than us, believe it or not.
Harder to get even than
and
we
are.
are.
They're doing like where $10,000 will be non-refundable to the seller no matter what. So if you don't like the inspection or you don't close on the house for some reason,
you can keep my $10,000.
You got my $10,000. You can go to Hawaii on it. So you can do that. You can waive your inspection. I wouldn't do that. I don't
see
like
some
people
appraisals or inspections.
You know, and if it's a newer home and the neighborhood looks good, I just wouldn't. You know, you could do it. You can still do your inspection and find out what's wrong, so you know what to be prepared for if there is anything. But I wouldn't do that. But you can do all kinds of things. You can offer the seller a lease back, say, hey, you can stay in the property afterwards for a couple of weeks, just escrow a small deposit, whatever the seller needs. Smart agents call me and say, what would your seller like? How do they need, what kind of closing date do they want? Is there anything they really need? And those kinds of things really help. I've had them offer things to my seller and do all kinds of things that they really no other agents thought of.
Well, you know what? Cleve offers all of those services, including property management. So if you'd like to talk to Cleve, you've got one of the best real estate agents in Central Florida, been in the business for 127 years. You can call him at 407-352-8118, or you can call the Loanarranger, Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. I need your help on two things, all my listeners out there. Okay, first thing I'd like you to do is go to your smartphone and go to Bruce Woodburn, the Loanarranger YouTube, and subscribe for me, please. All I'm looking to do is get up in my rankings with YouTube a little higher. It's not going to spam you. You don't get any spam. It's nothing. Bruce Woodburn, the Loanarranger YouTube. And subscribe to that. Second thing is I am looking for a new executive assistant. I've had an amazing executive assistant. Janine Wright has been with me for 11 years. She's going to be retiring in September, and I'm trying to find super talented people. Like, I'm going to tell you, this is a huge opportunity. You're essentially running my business for me. It is an executive position that you are taking care of all of my needs in running a corporation. And we do multi-million dollars a month in this company. I need talent. Now, I love bilingual, doesn't have to be bilingual, but I like it. But I need extreme personality, attention to detail, a real analytical person, but also has enough initiative to be a driver.
I need one of those too. If you're a real estate closer out there,
well, don't go to Cleve first. Come to me first.
We're so busy. Well, this is a different animal. I need a transaction coordinator that does my listing input, helps with that. We're so busy with that, putting in listings and closing the transaction.
So there's two employment opportunities that are really lucrative employment opportunities.
My staff does not leave me.
Call Cleve.
407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com. And I want to ask you, your YouTube channel, you're trying to get subscribers. Is Musk trying to buy you?
Yeah, Musk is trying to buy me.
So you're up for sale? All right.
Yep. Or you can call the Loanarranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Have a blessed weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you listening to us.